You know, some Lions fans never learn. So I watched 313 Hitman's video, and he mentions me. He talks about how I was talking smack about the Lions and how they're not going to be a Super Bowl contending team. Well, after one good season, they win their division. Our division, actually, the North. They have one fluke year, and they go to the NFC Championship game. They were so close to going to the Super Bowl. I actually thought they were going to the Super Bowl, honestly. I mean, how the hell do you blow a 17-point lead? Well, you got Dan Campbell with his gambling antics, and he likes to gamble a lot and say, oh, don't worry. If we don't get it, who cares? We'll still win. We're up by 17 points. We're not going to blow a 17-point lead against the 49ers. And sure enough, they do. Lions do this shit all the fucking time. They think that they're the shit, and then they fall apart because they won one playoff game, and then all of a sudden they changed everything. Everything's turned around for the Detroit Lions. But the fact is, they'll always be the Lions. You can't escape the curse. The curse is never gone. You still haven't been to the Super Bowl. I thought you were going to be the Super Bowl this year, and you blew it. That's just how you are. You're the Detroit Lions for a reason. You're the joke of our division. Because you have all of a sudden, you turn it around, you got Jared Goff, and you got all these good receivers, and you got a somewhat decent defense that you could win the Super Bowl now. It's all in your imaginary dreams. Because it will never happen. And honestly, you want to gloat about how the Packers are a joke because they have a fluke year with Jordan Love. Well, honestly, have you seen the Packers? They've had 3 franchise quarterbacks. Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, and now Jordan Love. And Jordan Love has learned from the best Aaron Rodgers. Now Aaron Rodgers, his time is passed on. I mean, he's more egotistical and with the whole media shit or whatever, but going to the New York Jets. But he's up there in age. He was aging. And I understand why we moved on from Aaron Rodgers, because Aaron Rodgers is too old. So now you want to run your mouth and think the Packers aren't going to be able to beat you guys? I mean, the division is ours. It's always been ours. We just had one down year. And even that we had a down year, we still made the playoffs at 9-8. And we could have beaten the 49ers, but a missed field goal fucking costed us that, and I knew that was going to happen. And I'm not even mad about the fact that we lost the 49ers because they always have had our numbers, and I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. That's why they piss me off so much. And the Niner fans know that because every time I feuded with them, it's always been hatred towards the 49ers. But that's another subject to be discussed maybe somewhere in the future. But I don't know why you mentioned my name, 313 Hitman. Because I talked shit about your Detroit Lions for like a few minutes, and then I moved on to another subject with Kev. You wanted to make a video and mention my name. Say you were going to come in my stream and talk your shit. Now, let me just put this out here. I'm no longer TTC, and I don't care to join the TTC. Honestly, it's a joke to me. I mean, you might have some good vid makers here and there, but I don't care. I moved on from that shit 8 years ago. And me and Kev, we did our TTC wrestling, but that was just a joke. We just did that because we didn't have no time on our schedule. We didn't have a busy schedule, but now that we're both busy working, we ain't got time to make videos every fucking day like everybody else in TTC does. I'm just saying. I mean, people can hate me all you want. You can troll me all you want. I don't really care. But the fact is, the Detroit Lions, they're not going to go to the Super Bowl. And you know they're not going to go to the Super Bowl. You know deep down in your mind, the Lions will always fuck up like they always do. And that's what they did against the 49ers. They fucked up a 17-point lead. They should have took the points when they had the chance. They could have went for field goals, but instead, let's just go for it. Who cares? We're up by 2. We're up by 17 points. The Packers beefed up their defense. They got a new running back in Josh Jacobs. So we'll see. And everybody's saying Jordan Love's just going to have a sophomore slump. I mean, you never know. In football, you just never know what can happen. But I know for a fact that the Green Bay Packers will beat the Detroit Lions. We might not sweep you guys. I'm not going to gloat about you guys being the same old sorry-ass Lions, but you still are the same choking Lions. You guys will probably get second. But our division, the NFC North, that's our division. We had one down year. But we're coming back. So if you think the Lions are going to repeat, win the North, and they're going to have another run to the Super Bowl, why don't you ask the Cincinnati Bengals fans that question? Why don't you ask them how they felt? Because they thought they were going to go back to the Super Bowl too. And look what happens. They go back to the AFC Championship game. They lose to the Kansas City Chiefs. They have a down year with Joe Burrow being hurt. I mean, it's a never-ending cycle. Fans of teams like the Bengals, the Lions, hell, the Browns, maybe the Browns. Yeah, the Browns. You can say the Browns, I guess, because they thought they were going to go to Super Bowl too, and they fucking choked against the Houston Texans. So, but I'm not here to bash the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns because I really don't give a fuck about those teams. They're another conference. But the Detroit Lions, really? Because they're better than the Bears and the Vikings, I'm supposed to be afraid of them? I mean, we whooped your guys' ass on Thanksgiving in Ford Field. You guys probably thought you were going to sweep us that year too. The fact is that Green Bay is going to be way better than they were last year. We don't got Joe Barry running the defense anymore. We got some new blood in now. So enjoy your little fluke run that you had last year because it's not going to happen again. So enjoy the show. Enjoy the Packers beating the shit out of the Lions and going back to the Super Bowl and win their fifth Lombardi. That's what's going to happen. Whether you like it or not, the Packers will win another Super Bowl before you ever see the Lions win one. And that's a fact. So this is Matt Ogden, and I'm signing out. And go Packers.